Hey, real quick. If you don't wear this uniform and you on social media talking about some, oh my God, we about to go to war. Who is we? Who is we? Because you don't put this uniform. Who is we? I'm about to go to war. You not about to go nowhere. And they stop asking me if it's true. I don't know. I don't know if it's true. You know how I don't know it's true? Because I don't have that type of clearance. So if anybody outside of this uniform is telling you that we're going to war, they don't have the answer, Sway. Because I don't have the answer, Sway. You got people calling me, texting me, sending me prayers, which I appreciate. Don't get me wrong. But Stink, I went to work today regular, like everybody else in the army. We went to work regular. You know what I'm saying? We don't know. Y'all don't know. The media gonna put some shit out. They're gonna make y'all panic. Y'all gonna fuck around and buy all the toilet tissue like y'all did during COVID. I don't know what that was about. And then everything gonna chill out. Y'all not gonna know nothing for real. I mean, outside of the tweet.
All right, Shalom. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Rakah, Kodash, the honest apostles of GMS. Is sincere Shalom to the brothers out here pushing this truth and sincerity. So this is going to be a quick video, just going to the false advertisement here, because she doesn't know, as she says, but we know. That's why we out here telling people that yes, there will be a World War III. They've already been announced it back in 2023. They said they have declared World War III. Now it's just waiting to spark. They got the gas and everything. They're just waiting for the spark. There's already been plenty of talks. We already know there's going to be World War III. Social media, sure. But guess what? None of this stuff is being hit no more. Let me go and point in case. This is Matthew 24:6. It says, and ye shall hear wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass. But the end is not yet. So, the reason why there's wars and rumors of wars is because there's prophecy. Prophecy is what keeps is what's telling it. She says that she don't have clearance. Well, guess what? You don't need the clearance. We already know. You see it on the news. You see everything. You gotta tell me why the hell would there not be a World War III if everybody's gearing up with missiles? Everybody got missiles now. You think and then they're testing it. You mean to tell me they ain't going to use it for something? For the amount of stuff that's been going on, especially with the wars with Gaza, Israel, and Russia, and Ukraine, and then America jumping in on both sides. You mean to tell me there won't be war? That's the delusion, or to try to calm people down and make it seem like, oh, this ain't going to happen. And then what happens? Well, what you going to say when this shit is actually announced on the news? Because guess what? In order to have a World War III, you had to have a World War I and II, right? World War I and II eventually happened, didn't it? So what makes you think this World War III wouldn't eventually happen? So this is the main thing. This is one of the main things I wanted to go to, because the main thing with military when there's wars is a draft, especially world wars. It's a draft. So the definite in military context, a draft, also known as conscription, refers to compulsory enlistment of individuals into military service. It is a system where the government requires eligible citizens to serve in the armed forces, typically during war times or national emergency. See, at war times. So, now to go into the whole conscript thing draft is just an easier word to say than conscript, because conscript was basically a draft back then when they enlisted farmers, regular people to be forced to go into the military. And I'm talking about like before America, that's what the word was called. It was called a conscript. And that's what you had to do. Today won't be no different. You get drafted when there's a war. That's why they started putting, even as the elder mentioned, that's why they started playing wartime movies and all this other stuff real heavy, and then war happened. Now, in my time, we're getting a lot of war video games, which is also a thing. So the pattern continues. It's just in different ways. right? So she's saying that we might go to war as far as her in the army, but she's saying the sentences won't. That's not how that works. There's a reason. That's the reason why everybody's afraid, because people know once the war starts, people get drafted, and then they also have it to where women also will also get drafted, and that really sparked the fear. They have not changed that. So this is all false. The false advertisement that she's putting out, because that will happen. So this is Jeremiah 51 and 58. It says, "Thus saith the Lord of hosts, the broad walls of Babylon shall be utterly broken, and our high gates shall be burned with fire." Mind you, and I'm going to stop there, because with the broad walls and the high gates should be burned with fire, of course you got, because this goes before even all the wars kick in. This is going into how the people conduct themselves. By conduct, I mean, as you see on the news, you got people rioting left and right. The structure of this place is not strong. Of anything, you see more rundown buildings, more rundown streets, and everything. On top of that, as it keeps going, it says, "And the people shall labor in vain, and the folk in the fire. So, and they shall be weary. So they're tired and angry. They basically working for nothing. And all they have to look up to is a president or some type of spokesman, whether it be the president or that mayor, talking all this stuff, and then everybody's still mad and upset because things ain't getting done. America, at one state after another, is being run down. They're tired. Then the talks of World War III, that really makes them tired and angry and scared, because no one wants to get drafted. See, before, and I used to look into some of the conscript stuff. When it came to defending a land, farmers didn't mind going into the war just to protect their land. It was actually worth something fighting for. Now, in this place, no one's trying to go into war. At least no one's ready to be drafted into it. The people that signed up for the military, that's different. That's what they wanted to do. But I'm talking about as far as people that was conscripted into the military. No one nowadays is trying to hear that. No one wants to go into that. So this all still relates back to prophecy. The prophecy does not change just because people don't want to hear it. Prophecy is still coming. It's still happening to this day, so you can't avoid it. So the false advertisement it's a little too late. You could have done that like way earlier, like back 10, 15 years ago, but the information's out there. There's no hiding it. It's too late to try to say that nobody's going into World War III. Drafts were coming. Because last point before I close out, in certain states, like even my state, the MVA, when you get your license, they automatically sign you up for selective services. Before that, they just sent a letter saying you had to sign up for this, and it wasn't required. They just sent a letter saying that you had to sign up for it, but no requirement, so you could ignore it. But now, when you get your driver's license, you're automatically signed up for selective services. Mind you, that's just only certain states. They're going to start pushing this in all states. And they never announced that they was going to put this in there. They just slid it in there. So you're going to imagine how many people they're going to try to catch. People wonder how y'all drafting us. Y'all can't do this. Let them show that paperwork that y'all signed. Oh yeah, it'll show y'all signed up for that draft. So that's all I wanted to go into that. So little one, this is a little edifying. And with that, shalom.